Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Focus on You with Phil and Oscar. Okay, so today we have our repeat guest. I believe we had her last week, and now we have her again this week. That's how much we want to know what she knows about how to get you more money in your pockets, how to save more, how to make more. All of us want to put our money to work. Come on, get it going. So we have Miss Kim DiGiacamo coming back to us on Focus on You today. But first, we want to go into a little bit of how you can become a part of the Phoenix National Network family. Focus on You is one of our main programs that we have on here. And if you'd like to produce your own podcast, this is a way to go. So touch all your friends, share, like, subscribe to our platforms because it is just fun. It is just huge, huge, huge fun. All right, so let me show you how to go about doing that. If you go to pnnstationplus.com, you can see the information at the bottom. You will be able to see us live here at the PNN station. Okay, we call it PNN Station Plus because you can see everything we do here on this platform. Phoenix National Network is an international broadcasted platform. We are all over on every type of platform, podcasting platform, social media platform that you can imagine. As you can see at the bottom, we're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and much more. Roku and Amazon Fire TV. All you got to do is look for Phoenix National Network and you will find us there. So this is the first page of our website. Um, we have meetings on Thursdays at 8 p.m. and on Fridays at 12 p.m. where you can meet our entrepreneurs and our podcasters in person. Yes, you can ask your questions, you can make comments, and you can also learn how to be a podcaster yourself. So visit us on Thursdays at 8 a.m. On Zoom. It's an online platform, so you could meet us there, or you could go to our website. Go to our website right here. Just click on Power Up Lunch or Power Up Breakfast, and it will take you right to the meeting at 8 a.m. on Thursdays or 12 p.m. on Fridays. All right. All right. So put those on your calendar and give us a visit. All right. Build your business through podcasting. It is an immensely fastly growing industry and a great way to get yourself marketed on every platform. Also, here's a way to register on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. Hello, yep, you can be on these internationally broadcasted, streamlined platforms. You can advertise your business through the Phoenix National Network. We are partnering with several other platforms such as Vortex TV and also 216 The Net. So don't be stay tuned for that. You'll see a lot more of us all on the other platforms as well. All right, visit us on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right. If you'd like to know more about what we do or get to start your own podcast, you can have a free consultation. Just click podcast consultation and it will take you, we'll set up an appointment and we can get a clearer view of to what you want to do as a podcast. All right, let's go further down. All right, now some of what we offer here is web design, social media management. We even offer a marketing mailing service. We partner with all these different companies and different entrepreneurs to make sure that you're able to maximize your podcast. Okay, get a discounted rate for each one of these platforms. Also, we have a few affiliate programs that you can become a part of, to make that extra dollar. All right. These are all of our podcasting partners. We make it accessible for you to be able to reach out to each one of them because our motto is when you win, we win. We motivate each other to win and get to the next level of our business. So you want to become a part of our network so you can be a part of a winning team. All right. Let's go further down. Just want to, as you can see, we've connected with some really awesome people. We have some really awesome information for you. All right. But we want to make sure you can reach out to us. So just go to the contact us page right here. Let's get started. Make an appointment. Join us today and become a part of the Phoenix National Network. All right. That is it about us. That's enough about us. And we got the money multiplier here with us. And I'm going to tell you something. If you don't know, if you haven't been watching our programs on our platform, you're missing out. You know, when you go to Phoenix National Network, you'll see all of our entrepreneurs just kind of like giving you a lot of information on how to make the money that you need to survive in this season. All right, so we're going to move on to our featured guest today, which is none other than our Kim DiGiacamo, who's going to talk a little more about what she does. Hey, Kim, good to see you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Phil. How are you today? I'm happy to be
I
back
am
again. Very
I am
excited.
doing wonderful, doing wonderful. I'm so excited that you were able to come back on today. We got a lot to talk about. You did a great
Yeah,
presentation this morning on our Power
thank
Up
you.
breakfast, and I thought, man, it was just fantastic how you were able to do that. But let's talk a little bit about who you are first for those who do not know, and then I will go into it. Let's talk about yourself a little bit.
As you know, my name is Kim DiGiacamo. I am known as the Money Multiplier. So I help people better handle their finances, so they're able to keep more of their hard-earned dollars in their pocket. So I started this a couple years ago. I've been in the insurance industry for 15 years. Um, I do health insurance. I do life insurance. We do rollovers of annuities. We do rollovers of 401ks, annuities, you name it. We can help you in any facet of growing your money. COVID hit, and Money Multiplier was born. So a lot of part of my insurance business got shut down because we weren't able to go into specific places. So with the help of Dr. Phil, we came up with the Money Multiplier, and we've been here for almost 3 years now, and we're helping our clients, grow their money, show them how to reduce their costs, show them how to pay less taxes, which everybody needs to know. We're getting hammered with taxes now, and being able to help people save some money in that aspect too is amazing. And there's a lot of things going on in this world right now, and we're helping people to navigate through all that. So I'm happy to say that I love what I do. I'm happy that I was able to transition into this role where we're the whole reason I got into my business in the first place was to help people instead of just working for a big corporation. And what I did didn't matter much. So now I have the pleasure of being able to help people every single day. So and I love it. So that's where we are at the moment.
All right, that is awesome. That is awesome. I was just showing them a little bit of your website while you're talking
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
you have to go to Money Multiplier Pro and get some information on what Kim is talking about here. So, Kim,
Hmm.
let's get into some of the stuff we talked about this morning. Like,
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
tell us a little. What is the marketplace like right now, and what are some of the things you recommend for folks that are
Sure.
kind of trying to figure out, how do they get in the green in such a marketplace like this?
Yeah. So I think the most important thing, and this is what I try to stress when I did the presentation this morning, is that you need to be aware of what you have. You need to be aware of where your money's going. So this is the most important thing. And with we all know, we see what's going on in this country, right? The gas prices are up, food prices, everything is skyrocketed. People's wallets are being strained more than ever. A recession is looming. People are stressing over an uncertain future. It's an election year, so we don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of speculation of a market crash that's going to be worse than 2008, and it's coming. We just don't know when. It's just a matter of when. So a big part of what we do is to help people safeguard some of their money and have more guarantees that their money is going to be there no matter what happens, right? So dependent, this is going to be a big year for everybody. It's gonna dictate a lot that's going to happen. um you know Political wise, financially, market, all that stuff, it's all going to be affected by how what the turnout, what the turnout, not turnout, what the result is of the election. So,
Hmm.
able to really have an understanding of these situations that are going on and taking a look at where your money is and making sure that it's protected and safeguarded. So a lot of the strategies that I teach my clients is how to take part of their money and put it into vehicles that are safe from any downturn or downside.
Mm.
So that's really, really important at the moment. So that's one of those are the really things that you should keep in mind when you're going forward and doing the things that you're doing and preparing yourself. You know, retirement comes quick. It really does. When you think about, when I was in my 20s, like, all right, I'm going to get life insurance. I'm going to do this. I didn't really think about it that much. Now that I'm, middle age now, and the retirement is, only a few years away. It's more on top of mind, and I'm doing more than ever to be able to be ready for that, because when the time comes, I want to be able to do the things I want to do and live that retirement life that I want to, and I want to have the money to be able to do that. So we help people do all these things, and it really, really, truly gives the most important thing here, I think, Phil, is that we educate people. That is the most important thing.
Hmm.
Education, it's the understanding of what programs are out there that people can utilize to safeguard what they've worked so hard to create for themselves.
Yeah, I mean that is a great point, Kim, because we do work hard for
Mhm.
we work hard for the money. And
Yeah,
that song was so
very true.
accurate, And money is like money is so hard to come by, but yet it's easy to
Hmm.
leave. It's like it is so
That's
easy
right.
to fly out of your hand, but you got to
Yep.
know how to you got to place your money where you want it to go, right?
Hmm.
So, what are some of the things that you recommend for folks? Um,
So there's a number of different vehicles. So there's some questions that I ask people, and I said, there's certain things that I ask, and if people answer yes to any of these questions, then you know what? There's a multitude of ways I can help you. One is, what if I could show you how to eliminate debt while creating wealth at the same time, right? What if I can show you not just throwing money if you have a credit card bill and just continue paying 30% and never seeing anything at the end of it when you finish paying it off? What if I can show you how to pay that debt off, and then at the end of it, you still have money in your pocket from paying that debt off, right? Or
mhm,
what if I could teach you how to have enough money that you never have to use credit cards or take out loans again, like for a car, or your water heater breaks and you need $3,000, and a lot of people just put that on a credit card, and now they're on the hook for 30%. Whereas before, if they were just able to come up with that money, they wouldn't have to pay those high interest, right? How about
mhm.
paying your mortgage off in half the time and saving thousands of dollars in interest, right? When you
Wait,
pay
wait,
something off,
pause, pause. Paying
yeah.
your mortgage off
Hmm.
in half the time. Let's talk about that.
Hmm.
Like,
Okay.
a lot of people after, a lot of people after coming out of, after getting into COVID, were able to drop
Hmm.
the interest rate on their home and all this
Yep.
stuff. Save a lot of money, in that way. But how would you expedite paying off your home? What's that about?
So this all these questions fall into a program that I do that helps with all these questions, right? It's your mortgage,
Hmm.
student loan debt, credit cards, all that. It's all in one package of getting rid of all your debt, right? So I can give you an example. I have a client, they had just bought their house 4 years ago, right? So they still had 26 years to pay on their mortgage. They had $30,000 in credit card debt, two car loans, and two kids that still needed to go to college, and no retirement savings and no life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they were in their 50s. Okay. So
Okay.
utilizing the program that I offer is that we
Mm-hmm.
were able to solve all their problems with this one strategy that I utilize. We were able to get them life insurance, to protect their family. We were able to start generating retirement income. We're going to get
Mm-hmm.
their house paid off in 10 years instead of 26 years. And then we're going to
Mm-hmm.
get rid of all their credit card debts and car loans, all in 10
Wow.
years. Yes.
Wow.
And the best part about it is that not only are we eliminating that debt and creating assets for them, now, in the meantime, while we're paying that debt, in the background, we're creating wealth at the same time.
Mm.
So there, it's a more, obviously involved process, but that is the crux of how the whole thing works, right? And I've done this multiple times already. I've helped many people, um, put them in a better situation, right? And the biggest part here, and like you picked out the mortgage one, when people don't have that mortgage hanging over them, it makes it so much easier to be able not to have to rely on other means of getting things paid when you don't have that mortgage hanging, that $2,000 or $3,000 a month that you pay towards your mortgage, that can go better served someplace else. And the key
Mm-hmm.
here is interest rates, right? Interest. We don't
Mm-hmm.
want to pay interest, right? You don't want to pay that extra money.
We want that
Thank
compound
goodness.
interest to pay us.
Yeah, exactly. Now, exactly. And we know now the interest rates are out of control. People are paying, people are overpaying for houses. And I know we had this conversation this morning, and Ricky was saying that there's not even a way to even, make money because people are paying over asking price for houses. The houses are not worth what they're paying for them. Their interest rates are out of
Mm-hmm.
control. So how do you justify, doing that and actually making anything on it? So if they utilize this process and this program that we offer, they're able to do that and get that paid off, and then save
Mm-hmm.
thousands of dollars in interest. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that, right? Credit cards are the same thing. Credit cards become a revolving door of debt, right? It's like, okay, I'm going to pay it off. Then we start paying it off, and then something else happens and something else goes on it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
so it's just a vicious cycle that just keeps going and going and going. I mean, I think one of the questions that were asked this morning was that, well, somebody told me that I should pay extra money a month, maybe half of what the mortgage is, to pay my house off earlier.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard
that's
that. I've
great.
heard that too. I've heard that too.
Yeah, yep, it's a great way to do it as well. But with the way I do it, you're creating wealth, right? That way, you're putting money towards it, right? But you're not creating wealth at the same time, right? You're not taking. So basically, when we talk about money multiplying, right? We talk about
Mm-hmm.
keeping more of your dollars in your pocket and then putting that money to work. So instead of just handing it over to the um, mortgage company, keep it in your pocket, invest it, make money on it, and
Mm-hmm.
then we take that money and pay off the debt, right? Pay off the mortgage.
You're here. You're here.
Meanwhile, that money's continuing to grow and grow and grow. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's still working for you while you're paying it off. So
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's a much better way to get that asset, make pay that debt off quicker, and then have money to show for it at the end.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That's an incredible concept. You gotta be
Mm-hmm.
able to work that out. I was watching
Yeah.
I was watching a movie the other day. I pointed this out to my wife, and they were saying they said, "Oh, they don't even use the bank for their savings."
Mm-mm.
And they said
Yep.
it so slightly in the script that I think a lot of people would have missed it. But she was talking to her husband, who was Jim Carrey, and she said, you know, um, we have put all of our savings into basically an ETF stock,
Mm-hmm.
right? that
Mhm.
they're gaining more interest over a period of a year than they would in putting it in a regular bank account,
Mhm.
savings account. You don't get any money back. You
Yeah.
get you get maybe about 2%, less than
If you're
that,
lucky.
even
If you're lucky.
0.2%. I mean,
Yeah.
in some cases, but I mean, when after a period of time you can get up to about between 8 and 10% in the
Mhm.
marketplace,
Mhm.
with different vehicles. Oh my goodness. It's such an opportunity now to do that.
Mhm.
And of course, I don't know much about the Bitcoin thing, but I do understand that people are still making money on that too.
Yeah.
So
That's a riskier proposition, the Bitcoin. That's a little more difficult to do, but you're right. I mean, your money doesn't belong in the bank. It really doesn't. Banks are even failing. So banks are failing. I mean,
yeah,
that's just
you've got to
reality.
find other vehicles. I mean, my wife was telling me something about somewhere was offering gold coins.
Yep. Gold
I
and silver. Yep.
mean, gold and silver is back.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I got
Costco.
some
Yeah,
myself.
it was
Believe me.
Costco.
I hear you. Yep.
Yeah, so they were selling gold. Yeah, Costco was selling
hmm
gold. So we gotta be up. Pay attention to what the marketplace is telling us.
That's right.
Inflation is a sign that our dollar is weak, right?
hmm That's
I
right.
took economics. I know what I'm talking about.
You're like, I know what I'm talking about. I got it. It's all good. I
But
get it.
but it's true. The inflate the way inflation is going right now is really affecting everything else, right? And you feel it, like you said, we feel it in the supermarket.
Yeah.
When you used to take $100 to the supermarket and be able to walk out with 2 bags of food.
hmm
Now, at least 2 or 3 bags, depending on where you go. Now,
Yep.
if you can walk out with five to six good items, you are doing good. With a
That's
hundred
right.
bucks. So,
hmm
um, let's let's learn how to manage our money in this season because it's a really up and down kind of a place to be now.
Yeah, it's very sad. It truly is. I had this book. It's called Don't Be a Sucker, right? That was one of the books that I talk about. And it's about putting your money in the bank, and the reason they give you a lollipop when you go to the bank is because they're calling you a sucker as you leave because you just put your money in to the bank and they're giving you less than 1%. And now they're turning around and lending your money out 5 or 6 times and making 5%, 6%, 7%,
Oh
whereas
my
you're getting,
goodness.
oh yeah, that's exactly what happens.
You know the way the system is made is for the institution to make most of the money, right,
Correct.
on your money.
That's
So
right.
you put your money in and they make money on your money. So
That's
yeah,
right.
of course I want you to put. In fact, I think I'm going to start my own bank.
Well, I can show you how to do that. That's called infinite banking. We're
Ah.
going to show you how to be your own banker. And the crux of that's a big part of what I teach people, right? Is how to be your own banker, right? Being able
Talk about
going
it.
to
Talk about
yourself.
it.
So when we utilize a life insurance plan which has a cash value that in essence creates a cash value becomes your bank, right?
Hmm.
That's your bank, right? So when we talk about life insurance, that's a way that you don't pay taxes on the money that you put in there. You don't have any penalties if you need to take that money out. You can loan the money to yourself without any penalties or
And how
taxes.
safe is that?
As safe as anything else, right? Safer than bringing it in the bank, right? I don't see life insurance plans failing. I don't see, I see a great return on life insurance plans. We're looking sometimes it's 10, 11%, depending on what the market's doing. So you can do very well with your money being in a life insurance plan, and there's no downside, right? You're not going to lose money. Maybe you're not making as much that year, but you're never going to lose a penny, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
so
In fact,
that, yeah.
I heard something about that just the other
Yeah.
day that
Mhm.
a majority of wealthy, the 1%,
Mhm.
store their funds in their insurance,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
We were taught. put your money in the bank. There's
Yep.
several things I think that there's two different systems out there. And you can tell me if
Mhm.
I'm right or wrong, but I think
Mhm.
there are two different systems out there. There's a system of that you're told, uh, work hard, right? Which nothing wrong with hard work, right? Work
Nothing.
hard, uh, get get a W-2, get a paycheck, work for a company for 20 something years,
Mhm.
and pay taxes, get your return. You can get caught in that system, but the person in that system is carrying the full weight of the
Mhm.
entire economy,
That's
right?
right. Mhm.
The Bill Gates and uh, the wealthy, I'll just put it at the wealthy are not managing their money that way, right?
No, they are not. No.
They're,
I
they
can tell
they're
you that's not the case.
that is not where they're
No.
looking at. They're
Mm-mm.
investing their money. They're finding
Mhm.
ways to buy things that build their equity, right?
Mhm.
And that are tax deductible.
Mhm.
They can receive a tax deduction at the end of the year on their real
Mhm.
estate, on their properties, on their payouts and the
Mhm.
donations, and you know, I mean, tell us a little bit about some of the benefits of being like in that.
So, we talk about all the time, it's about rich mindset, poor mindset, right? That falls into
Hmm.
exactly what you're talking about. Rich people don't have their money in the bank making a quarter of a percent. They're just not, that's just not the way it goes. They
Hmm.
find different ways. And a lot of it is what I talk about is, yes, real estate. There's, silver and gold. There's life insurance plans. There's that you can shelter some of your money. I mean, if you're a high net worth person, we can show you how to put your money into a charitable LLC, and now you're setting up the future for your family to be able to have money and not pay taxes on that money. It's sheltering your money that from some of the taxes. And there's just so many strategies that you can utilize that rich people use, and they know how to do it. That's why they're rich, right? If people,
Right
everyday
on.
people, average people that don't understand the different programs and different ways of saving money and putting money away and not having to pay taxes on it. I mean, we even talked about today, people that are W-2 employees. If you have a side hustle as a self-employment or a 1099, you can utilize as a way to reduce your tax liability.
That's it.
And we've seen it happen many times, and
That's huge.
a lot of people use that.
That's huge. That is huge.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember one year, the first year I learned about being an entrepreneur and
Mhm.
the benefits of being able to write things off. And
Mhm.
because I was a fully committed W-2 person
Yeah.
right up until I
Yeah.
was 27.
Mhm.
And then I went to a seminar, Cam, and
Yeah.
the guy was like, "Well, if you don't have a side hustle, or if you don't have a business, he put it this way: if you don't have a business that you can do so write off and all of this stuff," he said, "you're paying a majority of
The
your of
taxes.
what's going on on taxes."
Mhm.
And he was just he gave a breakdown of all of that. Once I learned that, I said, you know what? I need to be on the other side of this coin, right?
Yeah.
Why pay the maximum amount of taxes when there's a gentleman quoted that there's over 500 different benefits to having your own business.
It's very true. It's
500 different benefits of just you can work your job. If you love your job, great.
Mhm.
Get
Mhm.
that W-2, but also get that 1099, man. Get that
Yeah.
1099. Get into owning your own thing, doing what you dream to do. Right, or get a few write-offs in there because that is a
Mhm.
benefit you're missing out on. Thank God for America.
Oh, yeah. But you know
The
what? It can be
information is
something
there.
simple. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it could be something simple like, any kind of little business, selling Mary Kay, Juice Plus, whatever it may be, that's a side hustle, right? And you can, if
Hmm.
you do it from your house, you can write off utilities, you can write off your internet, you can write off your cable, you can write off food, clothes, you name it. There's
Have a
travel,
party.
money.
Have a party.
Have,
Yeah, have a have a party at your house. Write it up.
yeah, write it off. We had customers here, we had clients here. We did a presentation, we did a training, we did whatever. Um,
That's it.
and when like what you said, when you're a W-2, you don't have those options. You don't have that ability to be able to write all these things off. And as entrepreneurs, we know that this is the case, right? We know what we can do, and I tell all my clients, I said, I don't care what you do. You love your job, that's great. Keep doing your job. Have a side hustle. Do it part-time. Work a couple hours a week, doing what, just making some sales here and there, making whatever service you're selling, whatever it may be. That'll afford you the opportunity to write all these things off. I mean, when we were talking today with one of the people on our call, he was saying how he owed money to the IRS, and now he doesn't, because he was able to have a side hustle and be able to get rid of that debt, because he was able to write things off. And what he would have gotten back went to pay that debt. So now that money didn't have to come out of his pocket. So if you're smart about what you're doing, just one little side hustle can help you out tremendously, and you have no idea. And
And a
most
good
people,
accountant.
again, yeah, right. Well, if I was somebody's accountant, I said, you need a side hustle. I just told one of my clients was telling me they end up paying like $12,000 extra a year on top of what they take
Hmm.
out throughout the year, right?
Hmm.
So I said, each one of you need to have a side hustle. I don't care what it is, you need to have a side hustle. So that we
You
set
know,
up an LLC for the husband, and now he has a business, and then she'll have a business, and guaranteed they won't even come close to owing that the following year.
I just want to make sure we do a clarification that I am not a
Sure.
financial advisor, right?
Yeah.
Kim is definitely. Are you? I'm not sure we can. Are you under that umbrella, Kim?
I say more like financial consultant. I don't like to be like a financial. I'm really more of educating people and showing them different strategies. I don't play in the stock market or investment area, so I
Yeah.
don't know if that kind of puts me in a different category. But those are
Yeah,
not
but
the things I like to focus on.
yeah, well, let me just say that. So we're not
Hmm.
financial advisors,
That's
but
right.
we are doing. This is stuff that is in our life. This is what
Hmm.
we're gaining the benefits from, and we
Hmm.
want to share everything that we're experiencing with you, so that you can also experience the same thing. I
That's right.
mean, I think I've we've gone so many years being ignorant of how to manage our money and how
Hmm.
to get things going, that we want to get to the next level of that. We want to be on
That's
the
right.
other side of it, and we want
Hmm.
to help you do that too, because when you win, we win. That's the true
Hmm.
motto of the Phoenix National Network. Is we
Hmm.
want to win together. We want all of us to win together. We all
Yep.
have families that we want to feed, mothers we want to support, children
Hmm.
we want to put through college,
Yep.
right? We all want these are the dream is not can be a reality if you have the right information. And that's why we have Kim on here, so
Hmm.
that we can learn of some tools, right? If your toolbox has the right tools, your dream can come true, right? If you have the wrong information and you're running on the wrong information, you can be spinning your wheels and going nowhere. It's either you're on a bicycle or a treadmill.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
you know, you're getting the same workout in, but you're not
That's
going
right.
anywhere.
Exactly. So yeah, I was in the same mindset. I worked a W-2 job. I put my money into a 401k. I did all those things that's what we're told to do, but
Hmm.
unfortunately, we're not in that situation anymore. We're not in that environment anymore, and it's completely different than what we were brought up believing that's what you need to do. And
Hmm.
you know, if you even change your mindset just slightly, a little bit can make a huge difference in your life.
Okay.
And I think that the important thing here is just being educated and understanding what it is you
Hmm.
can do to actually change and, get out of that
Hmm.
traditional mindset of, I got to put my money in a 401k. I got to put my money in the bank. I got to, do all these things. And none of them are really getting to you to the point where you need to be. And, so many
Hmm.
people, when the time comes of retirement, they're going to be very surprised when their money runs out before know.
You know what? What I one year, what surprised me was I was working two jobs, Kim.
Hmm.
Right,
Yeah.
because that was what, again, work hard, you make the
Hmm.
money, you reap
That's
the
right.
results.
That's right.
I had more taxes come out of my I had because I changed when I worked both jobs, it changed my tax bracket.
Correct. Correct.
Right. And so more money came out of my, checks. And I'm
Hmm.
going, what? And then one of the jobs I was working was out of state. So
Oh, then you had to pay double. Yeah.
I had to pay two state taxes.
Yes.
Right. So
Yeah.
I mean, I was working really hard, but I was
Hmm.
working against myself.
Yeah,
And I know
you
that
weren't helping yourself. You were hurting yourself in
I
the
wasn't
end.
helping myself. I was hurting myself.
No.
And
Hmm.
so I'm my advice, I not advice, but what I'm going to tell you is if you're out there, you're working two jobs, you're paying double tax.
Mm.
Right?
Yep.
You're
Mhm.
double dipping. You're helping, the government out a whole lot.
Yes, you are. And you're paying for
Right?
all the stuff that's going on right now, and you're paying for everything that's happening. So if you
And
want to
we
have
want
a
to say
second
thank
job,
you. We want to say
yeah,
thank you
yeah,
as well.
you're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. But
You're
I
welcome.
mean, but we want you to also benefit. And what we're
That's right.
saying is get yourself into a business. If you want to know more about how to do that, go to
Hmm. Yep.
pnnstationplus.com, visit moneymultiplier pro.com. We have
Hmm.
all that information on those websites. Again, moneymultiplierpro.com,
Hmm.
pnnstationplus.com. We specialize in this. We want you to get as much information as possible, and when we learn something, we want you to learn it,
That's
right? So
right.
that you can take advantage of the benefits of doing this as well.
Hmm.
So, Kim, any final information you want to pour out there? Because I'm
I
having too much fun. I'm having too much
I
fun with
know.
this.
We could just keep talking all day. I'm
We
good.
can
We're all
keep
good. I got
talking all
plenty to talk
day.
about. I got plenty to say. Uh, um, I just, you know what? All I say is, listen, just reach out to us. Let's just, have a conversation. That doesn't cost anything, right? Just reach
Nope.
out, let it pick our brains. Let us, share the wealth of information that we have, things that we've learned over time, and being in the business that I am, and meeting the people that I have, and finding out the strategies that are out there. I mean, it's limitless. You just have to know where to look, and we can show you how to do that. We can help you implement some of these plans and some of these things that can put you in a completely different place in your life, and to show you what it's like to have financial freedom. So many people don't have that. So many
Mm-hmm.
people don't have that luxury. They're living paycheck to paycheck, and that's a good percentage of what of people nowadays are living that way. That's the way it
Mm-hmm.
is, and they're worrying about how they're going to pay their bills for next month, or how they're going to buy food, or how they're going to you know and then, we, because of the strategies that we have, we're able to show people, listen, you could do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy. You could do it. Just listen.
Mm-hmm.
Just pay attention to what we're saying, or understand what's out there that you can take advantage of, that can put you in a different place, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
funny when you say you're working harder, you're working two jobs, but you're making less money.
Mm-hmm.
How does that figure, right?
It's
So
it's it's it
it's,
is it is running up a hill,
yeah, it's running up a hill and
and
never getting to the
and
top, ever.
never getting to the
Never,
top.
never
Right.
reaching.
Well,
So
I appreciate you, Kimmy,
yep.
because
You're welcome.
we have a simpatico when it comes to helping people, and
Yes,
really love
absolutely.
that. So
Mhm.
reach out, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Yep.
We'll have a great guest on as well, and to share some really awesome and great information with
Mhm.
you. We are on Thursdays at 12 p.m. Every Thursday at 12 p.m. on the Phoenix National Network. So if you're watching us on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, YouTube,
Mhm.
Twitter, uh, iHeartRadio. Oh yeah, we have a great program. We have a few great programs we just downloaded on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and we want you to really participate in that. Has some great information on there for don't forget to share with your friends and empower them as well. Thank you guys again for watching. Focus on You with Phil and Oscar. Kim, you're my hero. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank